But I just feel like that might be what happens. And you could even just buy yourself, maybe the strat is if you're green, you dump early, right? And you create, if you're lucky, teams will fight for you. You dump it, get 3 bases, come home.
Yeah.
You've got a 3 base advantage. It's unlikely any team's going to win that fight at green. Yeah, I reckon that's the play. If I'm the Hustlers, that's what I'm doing.
Which base do you go to?
Yeah, it's a tough call. Blue is a quicker journey, obviously, but it might be easier to set up.
We might be right on the corner, actually. Green is under blue. They've secured that base.
They've done it. That was a gorgeous crack by Twinklefoot. The lefty just coming in high.
I've got Rod under red base. What's going on at blue? Still defense back in? Have that?
The defense has gotten back in. Now, the Hustles haven't fully up this. They're still defending. Yeah, they've got a 2-person defense by the looks with Twinkles working in that middle. I couldn't make out the player that was in the box before. A lot of activity happening at red.
Very fast-paced game so far. Every base in the game's gone down.
It looked like they almost did a
all just exchanged.
Yeah,
and then all right, settle down, guys.
Yeah, bring it back. Killahu.
Oh, I by Green. So Green is still around at the base.
By Twinkles again. Fantastic start. Straight into it.
In the situation where all 3 teams get a base at the same time and then reset, it's basically a tie. I think the only thing that separates it is who gets the base, right?
Yep.
If you get an opportunity to get one of your defenders or one of your players who's a little bit less skilled on that attack, and they get the cheap base, then that's awesome. So Meerkat got that first one. You're going to expect Meerkat to get his bases anyway, right?
Yes, exactly. I think they almost started the game with a 5 out. Get the base and then return.
Because Red, even you saw Meerkat wander into that green base, a little confused.
And he walked out as well. Like, where is everyone? But
it's like the loneliest place in the world is inside the empty base.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like you ever get that feeling you're being watched and not by the ref, or like everyone involved.
Yeah. Tell you what, even more terrifying of mobiles.
Yeah. Oh. I'm in the corner.
When you're cycling the empty and you get set up under and you're waiting for the base to come up, it's like the longest 30 seconds of your life.
And you start hearing stuff. You're like, is that a footstep?
Yeah. They're that troll player that's like in a spot that no one's ever used the whole comp. That's just come out and 2-shot me.
Looks like Blues are green. Doing what they can.
They've started to realise that Green's looking pretty free at the moment. Yeah. Oh, wow. A lot going on over in blue base.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like 2 greens there at least. Not sure about any reds.
Is still just kind of keeping around at that green base there. I think he's running up and around the ramp, just coming back for some cheeky to polish up and secure the space.
Look at those storm pack points. Like that's straight into it. A massive lead.
I'd love to say it.
Massive. You do.
It looks like they're trying to crack red now. Not having much success with it though. Use that under the base. Silent secures her green.
Yep.
Yes.
Looks like
Red stopping red.
Yeah. They get it too.
All right. Yeah. Green's starting to crack into red.
Yeah. It's nearly a dump bounce.
Yeah.
But they're bouncing between home and a base.
Yeah.
So it's like, or Kit Kat getting the warning. They saw what for.
Yeah, I really, really like what the Hustlers are trying to do here. The benefit to running in with numbers like this is that just the denial chance is so much lower, right? And, when teams are fighting for empties and, there's chaos, I feel like, Redacted and Storm are at a much higher risk of denials. And that could make the difference if it goes to 8 to 10 bases, right?
Yeah.
Also, I think the Hustlers might have realized that their 2-person attack just hasn't been doing it, hasn't been cutting it. So they're just using numbers. Like, look at this. This is great.
That is. It's what you want to see, right? Because it covers their biggest weakness. And that's what you want from a plan, right?
So Rod are both done with their bases, so they're just going to be farming points the rest of this game. A bunch of 2 pretty dangerous players and having that.
Oh, yeah.
The Storm are working on the cycle. They're doing it nice and safely with 2.
Yeah.
They're doing it with 3.
Bit much, man.
There's 0 field points happening for that. And they've got all game to get that. I mean, 2, you get it because you just don't want to risk that cheeky denial.
Yeah.
But 3's a bit of an overcommitment.
Yeah, Green back in again. Captain Morgan looking.
here.
But yeah,
Fortunate denial.
Doxy's just in. He's just in there. He knows what's up.
Shot out.
Miss. Twinkles thought he
That
got
was
the
a,
shot.
that was a good play by Chart.
Yeah.
Just holding the shot.
You don't want to be panicking.
Yeah.
And, like high players like this.
Now
This could really almost just about play out to Redacted now because the Storm have only got one place to go.
That's it. All the points are going to be coming there.
And
Green's already out.
yeah, the Hustlers need to get their hustle on because if they can't finish, well, I mean, like
Yep.
Green, yeah. So we've got Storm still need one more hit on Green.
Yep.
So the Hustlers have pretty much a minute to get their last hits on Red.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just going to turn into an absolute cluster
Yeah.
at Red, and it's going to play heavily into Redacted's
yeah.
Redacted's end. And I really like what Redacted's doing. They're being patient. They're not rushing the
Yep.
cheap greens. They're conceding them to the Storm and saying, "Yep, we want you to cycle it, and then we want you to have nowhere to go but our base."
Yeah.
Smart not to
Yeah,
do that,
really, really well played.
The question becomes, okay, this is huge.
Missed the shot
Yeah.
in the base there.
Yeah, that rod base that he has, the one on Red, that's going to be pretty pivotal because Red don't have a hit on Green yet.
Yeah.
I mean, on Blue, sorry.
Hustlers have decided instead of persisting at Red, they've decided to go downstairs.
It's a bounce out.
It's not necessarily a bad call, especially if the Storm are going to hit up to shortly.
Always come back and get the base when it's a bit quieter too.
Does this mean Redacted panic, though? Because they no longer have the points and they've dropped that one to Blue. So do we look again for maybe a last minute, 2 minute, 3 minute dump?
Potentially.
It depends on how they read it, but yeah.
Redacted had at least another 9k worth of bases over Green.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Storm really putting the foot down now with their pack points. They're in a position to just hold this out and kind of like.
Yeah. They definitely don't need to push for those bases.
Do they even need their extra 4 bases?
Yeah,
Captain Morgan with a beautiful 1v1 into a crack.
so close to being denied as well. I guess that just shows the value of practicing shooting the base, right?
Yeah.
Like those missed shots, timing those bases, that's critical.
Yeah.
If I'm Redacted now, I want to start getting my roll on through Green. I know you've got plenty of time, but we have seen teams wait too long and end up fighting for that empty that they've had 5 minutes to clear.
Teams can fall back and
Yeah.
decide to defend for the
I
last
mean,
3 minutes.
Look at Twinkles. He's hanging around. He knows.
He's waiting. He's like, they haven't come here yet. That's
Bit bold base shot there, but you know.
That's base. He does need his red base too.
Yeah.
You're Redacted. Now's the time to go out and make something happen.
Yeah.
We've got the Hustlers until the Hustlers bounce out again. But you've got Storm and Hustlers fighting over your base. They've done the right thing. They've put 2 people inside. You let the chaos happen outside. You just clean up the scraps.
Yeah. I feel like they start moving to that cycle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can't leave too much time. Otherwise, when it's up on that, they're gonna just.
Even if it's as simple as sort of someone keeping an eye on, like you do it with 1.5. You know, you just have someone kind of play the ramp down to Green, also looking up at that front door of Red in that space, communicating if something's happening there. You know, you don't necessarily need the 2 inside the base, just an extra set of eyes to avoid the cheeky deny.
It does look like Green's split again, which is interesting.
I wonder if that's intentional or if it's just
Miscommunication. Another nice little base for Redacted, getting that cycle started.
Yeah, so they've started the cycle.
Yeah. This should put them above Hustlers, but who knows? Hustlers could finally get into that red base.
The other 2. On that too.
Yeah. They've definitely done a good job of playing the wild card.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is what they needed to do.
Yeah, Storm's field points are just nuts, right? Like, you know, Redacted, even if they get the 3 bases they're behind, they're still well out of it in the field point game. Storm well in control.
There's one thing Storm knows how to do, how to counter it.
Yeah, they can pull back hard, and they keep it interesting as well. So they'll give you a base every now and then, just to keep you there. You're like, yeah, we got the roll on.
I did just spot Twinkles hanging around Green Base,
Yeah.
so they are looking for the cheap. They are looking for the cheeky denies.
Yeah, they definitely look to play for the second on this one, which is good.
I think even though the Hustlers are looking like quite likely to get third in this game, I like what they've done. I like that they've tried to make something happen, and I got a lot of respect for that. It's much better than just sort of waiting around for 12 minutes to lose. I really like what they've tried, and I hope they're not discouraged. I hope they try again.
This is definitely a step in the right direction. Like, definitely.
It's a cool and from as well, right?
Yeah.
And again,
There's
minute and
still
a half
time.
left to
Yeah.
go. There's time for them to still
There
pull that
is.
second
They're
down.
set up. It looks like Red. Not there.
I mean,
they're there.
Akira's there.
Yeah.
They've just allowed Hustlers to set up inside. Oh no, they're gone.
They're
That's good.
running.
They're
They're
made a call. Man, that really risked putting themselves into third with that
Yeah.
call.
See, they're
Yeah.
going to secure this space now. Red's still got to secure the top
Yeah.
of the Reds. They need at least 2 more. Meanwhile, Red, the only place they can go now, are very defensive.
Looks like
Legs-
Legs done his ankle again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He limped away there. That's a bit rough.
Yeah, he half stood on the barrel and sort of just, he's limping in. That was a pre-existing one as well, so hopefully it's not too bad for him, but he's going hard. Look at that knee drop. He's on it. That looks painful, though.
Oh man,
We've all been there.
Look what's going on here. These are the situations that the refs despise because it is so hard to manage.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many moving pieces.
Yeah. Looks like they're doing a good job of it, too, because it's pretty clean, honestly, but yeah. Oh, Jericho moving
Morgan
out.
still needs that red base.
Jericho's under something.
The green has gone down 10 times now. So we're not going to see too much activity there anymore. Really good.
Reds jumped back home. Did they get the 1 and leave? They didn't get the 1.
Potentially not a bad call here.
Oh, if that dumping gone home, that was a great call.
Yeah.
That was a great call.
Yeah. But they didn't get the hit. But
They might have
yeah.
known that Cassidy Morgan still needed that red base,
Yeah.
and they were just securing that
yeah,
that lead.
overall, interesting.
Very
Very
interesting
interesting.
game. Like yeah, Redacted makes some great calls there, but I don't think they'll be too happy with how close that was. Like,
Yeah.
very neck and neck there, especially looking at that worm. Like,
Oh yeah.
could have been anyone's game.
Yeah.
A bit.
Cyrex and Dossie absolutely popping off in that game. Dossie with a 325% hit ratio, 10k with 1 base. Cyrex not far behind, 9-7 with 1.